Yes.
All right, we're live.
All right. Well, what's up?
Great. Nice.
What am I doing?
Been a good
Driving. Yeah. Driving next to the sunset, which is actually rather nice.
That is nice.
I just finished up over at the farm with Jesse. We're trying to get a bunch of stuff ready. We've got a whole bunch of gravel arriving tomorrow. The dumpster's getting taken. We're getting it all cleaned up and sorted out for a few projects coming in, and so I'm running through some stuff. So I'm just heading back. I was actually going to do it from there, but I want to get back to the house, get settled, get a drink, and just relax with the show.
That's cool. I like that. Can't figure out what I want for my background.
Getting some manual. Yeah, getting some manual labor. It's the body's like, what the hell are you doing to me?
The analog life is good for you, Chris.
It is good for you. Check this shit out. Blow your mind. Look at that.
I can't. Nobody can see that shit.
Right there.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Does that taste as awful as it looks like it would?
No, I figured I'd try it out. I'd debut it here on the
right
show.
here live? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bucket or something in case it goes sideways?
No, I'm outside.
All right. That looks like it's gonna taste like shit.
I'm outside and my wife's not here, so we're good.
For those of you who didn't see, Evan's about to eat a key lime pie flavored Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that just does not sound appealing. No. Just why the hell did Kit Kat do that? What the hell was wrong with a normal freaking Kit Kat? It was to do with nothing Kit Kat.
It's all right.
Strawberry freaking flavored and apparently key lime flavor. No bollocks. Leave it alone. Stop fucking with my damn Kit Kats.
Somebody got triggered.
What? No shit. They got bloody. I was in Pacific. Where the hell was I? I was over in Japan, and they got bloody green tea flavored Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Kit Kat, leave it alone.
There goes Sepia Evan.
Yeah. I'm Sepia Evan.
Hey.
All right.
Good God.
Kit Kats and stuff along those lines. You're all freaking celebratory, throw the tea in the Boston Harbor, jump up and down colonies day this weekend.
No taxation without representation.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
We got clear from you.
You want to come back?
No, I've seen the shit show y'all are running. No, thank you. Hard pass.
Oh,
no, you both have it wrong.
Great.
It's blow a fucking hole in your yard weekend.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
There we go.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I could do that.
I gotta build this weekend. I've actually got to build the rack that's gonna hold the tubes so that this year I don't accidentally fire them at my guests. Although if it happens every year, is it really an accident?
So have you ever had the tube fall down?
Yeah, like literally every year except for last year, and everybody was getting pissed at me because I'm shooting mortars every which way.
Yeah, at the neighbor's house and shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it was bad. I had rockets. I did those rocket mortars, like the supersized bottle rockets, but with the mortar head instead of the bottle rocket head.
Yeah.
Stuffed it in the ground a little too deep. It didn't take off. Run!
That's funny. Yeah, I've done that before.
The goal is to keep all the fingers and toes this year.
I don't know if I have any.
That would be, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. And the hair. If you can keep the hair as well, that's an eyebrows.
It grows back.
You know you've done well.
It grows back.
That is true. That is true.
You need to keep the hair. The hair's kind of your thing, man.
It's a thing. It's a thing. I don't know if it's my thing, but it's a thing.
Oh my gosh.
And you guys got the like mega beards. Like I try and I just an instant homeless chic. Like I can't get past that stage. It's just like this is like shit and I'm shaggy. I don't like it.
Oh, my daughter's texting me. It's weird not having my wife around because it's just weird. That's all I gotta say. It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, but I got a lot of shit done.
And you
Christmas.
ate today. I can attest to that.
It's true.
And more than a
You
bag
what?
of chips. He ate food more than a bag of chips.
I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I actually can't give you too much shit because I have to have a food minder as well. Otherwise, it just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I got busy.
I was building
Yeah.
a gate at 6 o'clock this morning. I don't know why, but I did. Looks good now. That's what happens when my
All the
wife's not
pictures
around.
of
It's
it.
like,
The pictures look pretty awesome.
well, thanks, man. Yeah, it was the second gate I did. I did 2 gates and I built a wall over there. I'm watering the lawn now. I don't know if I'm supposed to be watering the lawn. What time is it? It's 10:15.
You can water the lawn. Why can't you water the lawn?
Yeah.
Are you
I am.
guys under a restriction or something?
I don't know. My wife's not here to tell me. When the cops come or
I'm
whoever
pretty
comes
sure-
when you're watering, I'll just tell them my wife's not here. Cut me some slack.
the
Watering
funny
it
part is that
manually?
works.
Yeah. Are
What's-
you watering manually, or do you have an irrigation system in place? And you could just blame the timer. Just blame a bunch of. Just blame the attackers that somebody broke in and reset the timer system on it.
Oh, yeah. Good
Yeah, it's
point.
not my
I
fault.
got you covered. Yeah,
Awesome.
not my fault. Don't forget sorry face and crocodile tears.
All right.
Yeah, always. Both. You need both.
Fucking attackers.
Yep.
Well, what
Blame the
about when we
Russians.
attack
Actually,
ourselves?
no, roll the dice.
Roll the Yeah. We went for a nice dinner. It was me, Ryan, and Tony. We went I don't know, what was it, about 25 miles from here?
Something like that.
Yeah. Me and Tony rode motorcycles. I'm a better rider than he is.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do pissing contest today, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
No.
My dad can beat up your dad. So now what?
Shut up.
I'm rubber. You're glue.
No, that's what dawned on me. I mean, we've always had this issue, right, in our industry. I think just men in general, right? Probably more than women. I don't really, I suppose they do it too, but this week it kind of set in with me because one of my colleagues, I watched them get, sort of pissing contested or, intimidated. And then I stepped in. And then the other one was, NIST conversation I was having with them. And interesting, like, why? What the fuck?
Right.
Well, I've said this before. Our industry suffers from the need to be right and the need to be smart. And I think the root of a lot of the pissing contest is I'm better than you, right? I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. I know this better. Part of it is a male trait, but I think the industry as a whole, I ran into a female this week who really, really, really needed to prove the point that she was more right about the thing than anybody else was. It wasn't even personal. It was that kind of pissing contest, right? It wasn't even like against me as an individual, but it was just a very strong need to state the rightness of her approach to the problem. Right. So I don't know that it's exclusively one gender or N gender or whatever, that combination might be. But it's security people seem to need to fucking be right and smart, and then try to prove it to everybody else. And I don't know about you guys, but the people that I think are the smartest, it's not. It's not. But I think the smartest people are the ones who admit they don't know, who admit that, like, I don't know. I mean, we do it all the time. You can bring me some hot new exploit. You can bring Chris or you some hot new exploit. Hey, you all find out, you know about this thing that came out 38 seconds ago? No. Well, you should. What kind of security professional are you? Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the best, honestly, to that point, I think the ones that get me are like, oh, did you hear about so-and-so, or the breach, or the, you know, the person, the breach, or the something? Nope. I have my tentacles in a lot of bloody things, but I sure as hell don't have my tentacles in everything, because if I did, I wouldn't actually be able to do any bloody work.
Right.
And I'd much rather, and for me, it's actually kind of fun. I mean, to me, this is like the whole logic for the villages at DEF CON and stuff like that, and the B-sides, is because I get to sit down and go, well, what kind of cool shit are you working on? I'm really interested, because either it's like oh shit, this is totally cool, or you get to build off of it, or you simply just get to celebrate that somebody's brain works in a different way than yours does, and you're like, holy shit, that's hot. There was what the hell was it? There was something the other week I was reading up on, and I remember sitting back going, damn, that's freaking cool. And you know, you sit there and you go, I wish I'd have thought about it sometimes, but you're like, okay, that's freaking cool. And then you're like, I wonder if I can use that as a stepping stone to something else. I wonder if I can build on it. I wonder if I can use it as a pivot or something. And then you get to go back to that person and say, hey, can we have a conversation? Can we collaborate? Can we talk? And it's totally cool when you get to mess around with those things.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's one of the things that, you know, I love doing is I love collaborating. You know, I don't brag about shit. I mean, 90% of the shit I do, nobody knows that what I do. You know, half the shit, you know, you give away. You hear other people, and I know that, you know, a lot of times people, you know, get really offended when somebody else uses your shit. And I get it, right? You have a right to your shit. So I don't fault you for that. But I see people using my shit all the time. And I think it's awesome, because if you're using my shit and claiming that it's your shit, well, then that's awesome, because now you own the same shit that I own. You know what I mean? It's like the more people we have working together on, you know, some of this shit. And that's, you know, we don't do, it sounds corny, but we don't do sales really. We like, and this is where a lot of the shit came from this week. Was I was filling in for John Harmon, you know, the president of FR Secure, on sales calls that he had set up, you know, and with big organizations like Columbia University, Cornell, Freddie Mac. I mean, good conversations. And all those went great. And NIST was one of them too. But, you know, every once in a while you run into some guy, and it's just, for me, it's just normally been guys. And the first one was Drew was talking to him, and the guy says, let me just stop you right there. Like, all right, you know, what do you got? He goes on, he's like, yeah. He's going on, he's listing this, that, and everything else, and this, that, and you could see that there was kind of an intimidation thing. So I let it play out for a little while, and then I just kind of chimed in. I'm like, oh, so you're secure then? It's like, well, no, I'm not an idiot. He goes, well, no, I'm not an idiot. And I wanted to say, well, you're sort of acting like one, but instead it was, no, man, I didn't call you an idiot, but you don't even understand why we're talking to you right now. We're not trying to sell you something. Right. I understand you getting defensive about that, but how the hell are we going to sell you something when I don't even know who the hell you are?
Yeah.
I mean, what problem is there to solve? I have no idea. But, you know, but that was one of them. Then the other one was, it was just stupid. It was, and this one was with me. It was with the NIST, and this guy's like, well, let me give you a scenario. I'm like, all right, give me a scenario. we have this IoT device. How do we, yeah, how do we, right? He's like, how do we protect it from the Russians? I said, blow that shit up.
Seriously.
Yeah, throw it in the chipper shredder.
Right. He's like, no,
Fucking just
seriously.
turn it off. Yeah.
But you know, is this testing thing? And I was like, I don't understand the relevance of any of this. And they goes, let me give you another scenario. There's a bus and a car pulls up next to the bus. I mean, he was so intellectual. It was, the car pulls up to the bus and hacks into the GPS, you know, the navigation system. I'm like, all right, how would you prevent it? I'm like, dude, you need to give me more fucking information than this. Unplug the fucking navigation system, tear the shit out. I don't know. And why would I care? He goes, what do you mean? Why would you care? You know, and then I go, I'll tell you what I really care about right now. This DMV server that I stumbled across at a state that's just hanging out there. That's what I give a shit about. I don't give a shit about your damn car. That might get you, you know, a speaking engagement or some other shit, but I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, the cool thing is in both of these cases this week, we did become friends. So, you know, you get through the pissing contest, but I couldn't help but thinking how many people are intimidated by that shit, that don't speak up, that walk away with a bad taste in their mouth. Their ideas never get heard, you know, because, you know, some dickhead.
Oh, a ton. I mean, I mean, there's a ton of them. I mean, it's just so many. And the problem is then, to your point, it leaves a sour taste in the mouth. You know, it's like anything. It takes a while to actually then maybe want to go ahead and say something, you know, because you're like, huh. And you just, you know, you go away and you're like, well, screw it. And either just too many good ideas have probably died on that. For me, I think my keyword that gets my hair, I'm gonna get the really like gets the hair on the back of the neck going, is when somebody just goes, well, actually. I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get
Well,
that
actually,
a lot.
Chris, I mean,
in a message on like LinkedIn on the comments.
oh,
Typically LinkedIn comments, when it starts with actually, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to end well.
well, and here's the deal. We debate and piss over the most theoretical, fanciful, 8 people on earth can successfully execute this, and all of them are already gainfully employed by you know who.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, can I use a laser beam to XYZ and this and that, and with $10,000 of fucking rig? Sure, you bet I can. You bet I can.
Right.
I can make
exactly.
any bit of technology do absolutely anything I want it to, given enough time, money, and effort.
Yep.
So anyhow, about your wide open DMV database, about your no asset inventory, about your can we go back a little bit?
Right.
and talk about your controller. Although I have to give Chip Harris a little credit here. I had a call with him earlier this week, and that man is spot on with the German accent. Spot fucking on.
No shit.
He's got Hans Fritz in France nailed.
That's funny as hell, man.
It's good shit. I enjoyed it.
German
That's
accent.
awesome.
But in all seriousness, like is the pissing contest, is it a bit of distraction as well? Is it used to shield some deficiencies?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's absolutely.
And is that, you know, more of a defensive tactic than it is an offensive tactic?
Because I think people that are confident with themselves, I mean, I don't have anything to prove.
Well, like
I'm
for
gonna put
me,
you guys on mute just for a second.
Like I'm very comfortable being wrong. I don't need to be right, because if I'm wrong, I have an opportunity to learn and grow. Mm-hmm. So being wrong isn't something I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of mistakes. I'm not afraid of taking a risk and it not panning out to the positive outcome. I don't fear these things because in these things I find growth. But I wonder how many people are fearful of that mistake factor. And so they have to establish with you right away that they're the dominant in the conversation and they're the smart one. They're the one in the right. And to kind of what you experienced where the guy, you know, that particular guy was on the offensive and defensive, right? It's like, well, riddle me this, Batman. What are you, I mean, seriously, like.
Right.
Well, think about it. So let's go back. Let's face it, this is not a new thing.
Right.
This is history. This is thousands of years of history. This is, you know, my club is bigger than your club. I can donk more things on the head and bring more food to the table. I can provide for the family more because I am, you know, bigger, smarter, faster, the first one to use iron, the first one to use bronze. I discovered fire. I mean, it's dick waving moves for the last, 20,000 years or more? And now we just have it now we've just moved to the intellectual. Now we've decided that we have to do it with our knowledge. That's now going to be it. It's oh, for fuck's sakes. I mean, think about it. This is no different than the people and I'm going to piss off people at this point. I don't really care. The people that on their LinkedIn profile put, you know, which mentor or which Prometheus group or which freaking, you know, which one of the top 5, top 2, top 1%. It's like, well, I want to be your intellectual superior.
Right. But
no, I get it.
Go ahead.
And it's a fine line between, you know, feeling good about yourself, you know, touting your accomplishments and outright bragging and outright, you know, taking it too far. Right. Because at the end of the day, I mean, the fact of the matter is we're all in this shit together. We're all connected one way or another. We're all in this shit together. And so if you do such a great job for yourself and the companies you protect, well, then tell us how to fucking do it.
Seriously.
I mean, let's get together and fucking solve these damn problems. And that's, you know, that's eventually where I went with the NIST guy. I go, I'll tell you what I'm fucking working on right now and see if you want to help me. Because I'm not interested in helping you fix that fucking bus or the IoT thing you're talking about. But this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to work with states. I'm trying to get states to speak the same language in the entire fucking state, right? We've got all kinds of people marching in all kinds of different directions. There's no organization to it. There's no measurement. Nobody even knows what the fuck security is. That's what I need to solve. Do you want to help me with that? And he's like, oh yeah, we're working in the states. I'm like, well, tell me what you're doing. He goes, well, you know, we're securing a whole bunch of funding and shit. I'm like, awesome. Where do you spend the next dollar?
Yeah, right. There we go.
You know, because we don't need more fucking funding. What we need is some fucking sense here. And he's like, well, you know, I'm not really sure where we spend that next dollar. I'm like, well, then let me hypothesize, because this is what we're preaching. And if you don't like it, I'd like to know, because I don't want to preach the wrong shit. But where you spend your where you spend your next dollar, at least where you make your next decision, is your most significant risk. So you got to figure that out. You know, and then I told him the strategy that we're going about. And he's like, yeah, that would work. But then it wasn't until that point where he stopped his pissing contest. And I was telling him this shit, not because I wanted to do a pissing contest, because I want his fucking help.
Well, okay, so let's take a step back on this one. You came into his pool. You came into
I peed in it.
No, not only did you pee in it, you've threatened to take money from it. So think about it this way. This is they've taken X amount of time to get the states all cozied up, to get them sorted out. They've got a cash cow now for the next X period of time. They know they can just keep the state. They can basically keep sucking on the. God's sake, got to do that ad infinitum, and they know that they've now got a steady state. You come in there, you stir up a bunch of shit by, I don't know, laying out some home simple truths, and maybe telling people that actually what they need to focus on is different than what they are focusing on. You're a threat. That's what you are. You're a threat. You have threatened his dining room table of life of ease.
Yeah.
Can we start a new hashtag on Twitter? Hashtag fuck your fiefdom.
Fuck your fiefdom.
That'd be great. InfoSec Twitter, I'm calling to you. We did it once. We can do it again. We can be the top trending hashtag. Fuck your fiefdom.
But that's what it is. That I created my fiefdom. I know that I've got a steady cash cow because the state's going to buy from me for the next X period of time because I've convinced them that way. And let's face it, within the state system, once you're in, unless you do something pretty stupid, the chances are you're in for a while.
Yeah.
And so you come along and kind of like basically kick them in the nuts, and you tell the state, hey, you got to get your shit together because it isn't. And they're going to look at everybody that's there and go, I'm going to measure you. We're going to take the S2 vendor and we're going to measure the hell out of you. And I saw it. I saw it with fucking Excelis and Harris. I mean, Harris is one of the worst. It pisses me off. You know, oh, we got a 5-year contract. Great. We're going to do fuck all for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 5th year, we're going to spend a year defending that we've done nothing for 4 years, explaining how fucking hard it is. And then we're going to try to actually spend that last year's worth of money getting more money for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
I'm like, you assholes. You've done nothing.
I feel like it rhymes with mentor, and it rhymes with Maloit.
Yeah.
Have similar practices.
Exactly. I mean, that's it. Yeah. We have a federal practice. No, you don't. You've got a fucking slush fund because nobody's holding your ass over the coals.
You have junior people, fresh college graduates with senior level titles following bad and outdated documentation.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Well, the good news is we're making progress, right? This grassroots effort is making progress. We signed up another state this week. I've had some great conversations with, additional states. Hopefully, I mean, there's only, you and I were talking about this, Ryan. There's only one way security works.
That's it.
It's the right way, and it's fundamentals, right? You have to take care of these things. And I think what the strategy that's working is explaining to CISOs that you've been put in this impossible position. You can't win this game. You can't, because you don't even know what fucking game you're playing. You know what I mean? You just can't win it. So I want to help you win it. And I think we can. I think if you took a good, logical approach to the state, right? I think you can win.
Well, and the reality is, all things aside, the thing that produces fruit, results, and movement will always win out over the thing that doesn't.
Right.
It might take more time. It might take more pain. But the thing that actually works and moves the needle will always win out in the end, right? Because eventually, I bought into the bells and whistles. I bought into the laser cat powered AI, right? I bought into all this crazy nonsense. And I've been built for my budget for the last 5 years. Nothing's different except that things are changing. There's different legislation. There's different attention. The insurance company doesn't want to underwrite our policy. We got problems now, and people are breathing down the neck. And so at a certain point, I think there's going to come a pinch where those ineffective security controls that have been put in, those hodgepodge of tools partially used, I think there's going to be a reckoning, whether that's an actual accountability, criminally, like it should be, or if it's just the insurance company goes, no dice, can't do it. You guys are way too risky, right? Which is probably the reality, right? If we think about what's most realistic to happen in the next couple of years, it's totally the insurance industry going, can't do it, won't do it.
Right.
Now you can buy I don't give a shit level protection package, but you're going to be paying $500,000 a month for $18 of coverage.
But
Yeah.
I get it. But here's my problem. I don't want. We know this. We see this. I don't want to have to go through that pain and suffering to then say, "I told you so." I just don't want to. This is the same freaking conversation that we have. I will tell you the kettle is hot. I will explain to you that the oven is hot. When will you believe me without actually having to burn yourself in the process?
But it's not hot because it's on TV, so it can't burn me.
Well, but Ryan,
No,
you and I talked about this today. I've always said that there's three things you need to get a customer. Just three. I like simple, right? Simple always wins. It's trust, credibility, and you need to like me, right? I can't be a dick. So,
yeah.
and that was what I did on all these sales calls, because I don't go on sales calls, and every one of them are like, well, what are you trying to sell me? I'm like, I'm not trying to sell you shit. This is a relationship. I have to build trust with you first. You don't even know who the fuck I am.
I might not want you as a customer.
Well, there's that too.
Well, yeah, hello, exactly.
Just saying.
But I think when you can establish that trust, because I do have customers that will basically do whatever I tell them to do.
100%.
And
Same.
so it's spending more time building trust. I think we've fucked each other over and fucked over our customers so many times that there's very little trust left.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is trust, it's that surfacey shit trust. Like, it's not real trust. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like the way we collaborate in this industry. It's so weird. It's like we say we collaborate and we're like friends and stuff, but do we really collaborate? You know what I mean? Like on the big shit. Like, would I give you my intellectual property?
Right.
And I would. Fuck yeah, you can have it. Put it to good use. I would give our shit to CISA. You would stop me, but I would do it.
I would stop you from outright giving it to them because my concern for mismanagement. Now, if I had a contractually binding agreement that if they ran afoul with what we gave them and misused it, that we had some kind of way to stop them, then I'd be okay with it. It's not about money, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let somebody take this and run with it and do something bad with it. That's not true. That I can't have that. That wouldn't be me honoring the mission.
But we're still so territorial, and maybe that's where part of the pissing contest comes from, right? This is my territory, because I still think, and I don't have data because we suck at data in this industry, just in general. All the data we have is like on market analysis type shit is all sponsored data, so that's always some biased bullshit in it. But I would guess, I mean, and see if I'm wrong, 20% maybe of the organizations in the United States are actually doing something formal with information security.
Define formal.
Well, a program. You've got the fundamentals sort of in place, and documented, repeatable. A 4 or 5 on the CMMI.
4 or 5? Oh shit. Yeah, I would. Okay, so I'm not going to go with 20. I think that's bold and brazen. I would say 20% of organizations are making an attempt to get there. Actually doing a level 4 or 5 maturity in their security program, I'd say 8%, maybe.
How about a 3?
I don't even.
That's more believable.
Well, yeah.
3 is very believable.
So let's say that I want to focus on the 2s and 1s, right? Those are those sitting ducks, right? I mean, they're shooting ducks in a barrel. 80% then. So where's the territory? Why would I be fighting over the 20? Why would I be bad mouthing somebody? Why would I be playing this pissing contest bullshit? Why wouldn't I be collaborating with people to go get the 80% that are just sitting there? Because the fact of the matter is,
all the glory. I want all the glory.
But the fact of the matter is that the 80% is connected to the 20.
I know, but why the pissing?
Yeah.
Why they're not playing well? I want to be king of the hill. King of the hill.
King of what hill?
There's another. Hang on. There's another angle to this as well. That 80% probably represents almost all of the smaller and medium organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about
think about it?
Take all of K-12, take all of higher ed, take all the states, Take all the local governments. They're 3 or less for sure.
Yeah, but nobody, I mean, how freaking hard is it to sell to them as opposed to, you know, basically using your investor deck or using your, it's so much easier to go into in some ways, a medium and larger organization, a lot less hassle, a lot easier, and you get your profit margin as well.
Right,
You're
but we
talking
still
hard
fight.
work.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Right. And I'm just trying to figure out ways for us to truly get our shit together. You know, CIS is a good example. I mean, they're doing good work, and I like the collaboration that's coming out of there. We need more of that.
Right.
Well, what I've observed as I've been trying to navigate the K-12 space and trying to get some of the power players to come together and play well nicely is before the money started to become available, before this was a thing, there was like, yeah, we should do that. Yeah. And there was good traction. The minute there was a political or financial benefit that was direct and easy to see, shut down. Everybody now has the correct answer. We're going to do it this way. Not one of those organizations actually has a qualified security professional within it, giving them advisement. Where they're getting their advice from is Cisco wanting to sell shit, Fortinet wanting to sell shit, all the other big tech companies coming in. We've got your solution.
CloudStrike's pushing hard.
Buy our shit. We'll fix everything. And they don't know any better. So they go, well, and when they can throw names down like they can, throw down client names that have brand recognition, becomes a no-brainer. Oh, yeah. Oh, you do it for them? Oh, shit, yeah. Well, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. But they never stop to ask, is their security program any better? Are they, just because they're using your shit, are they better off because of it? Like, nobody's asking that question. It's this assumption that because it's X brand or Y brand, that they have it all together because they're so big, they're so wealthy. The three of us have walked into more companies that make money in spite of themselves.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Unfortunately.
And forget their security practices, their business practices, right? They make money in spite of themselves because they have the thing or they have, whatever it is that allows them to have that foothold on that market. And then these companies use that brand recognition of those customers to then sell others on it. But nobody's ever asking, is it actually working? How much risk has it reduced? Are they better off because of it?
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, and the frustrating thing is, like, it'd be different. Like, if we were talking about some fringy fucking, I don't want like your fringy, awesome blinky light, intellectual property, innovative shit. Can't we just agree on like the fucking fundamentals, right? You read it year after year after year, you see it breach after breach after breach, the same shit. It's some missing fundamental. And we give attackers this, the credit of being super sophisticated bullshit. They sent an email.
Yeah, exactly.
Hijacking a print spooler is not sophisticated.
Yeah.
I guessed your password. It was on the post-it note. Yeah, shit ain't sophisticated.
I wish one of these days. So, okay, guys, I'm going to put this out to the community right now. I have this idea. I've been mulling it over for a few days now of making Twitter videos, going around showing just how easy it is to get into this and to get into that. My concern is, A, I don't want to give some dipshit an idea that they didn't already have. And B, I don't want to run afoul of the law. But there's all kinds of stuff I can walk up to and touch and make do. And I can show how easy it is to do it without actually following through with a full demonstration. Because every time I've done that for a friend or family member, I have changed the way they look at the problem. And so I'm debating, do I need to just take to the street with the cell phone and go, so this is how you open a door.
Yeah.
See, not hard. See, door fitment. Here's why door fitment's important. See these hinges if you follow InfoSec Twitter, we'll post certain shit. You'll see, like door hinges on the outside and just dumb shit that we find during tests. But I wonder if it would help if if it was boiled down to a very simplistic average citizen, this is how I'm going to make the traffic light all go green all directions.
Yeah.
And all I need is a pair of alligator clips and a flathead screwdriver.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe. I mean,
It might be a terrible idea. I don't know, because I don't want to give people ideas about shit they don't know how to do already. But you know,
But there's stuff out there already. I mean, that's what you're doing. I mean,
but is it
there's
tech
stuff
stuff
out there
or
already.
is it tech stuff or is it TikTok friendly? Because I'm thinking TikTok friendly. I'm thinking fun and some, like, you think you're watching some dance move video and all of a sudden it's like, nope, it's this.
I don't think it's that level of entertainment, shall we say?
Because the people, they want to be entertained, Chris. We know this. They're desperate for
no, I know.
entertainment.
That's how they learn as well, for good or for bad. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's one of the things that we've always been constrained by, at least officially, right? I mean, we all do things, but officially we're constrained by the law, whereas the attackers aren't.
Correct.
That's always going to be a gap between what we can do to protect ourselves versus what they can do to attack us.
Right.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, yep, there's law. But I think to Ryan's point, depending upon what it is that is done and depending upon the circumstances and the situations, I mean, there's so much. You think about the stuff in the home, the stuff I was just sticking around with the light bulbs. Those are my light bulbs. Bought them.
No, but
if he's took my own.
If he's walking around doing things, stuff that isn't his, you know what I mean?
Tell you what, I'll lay money and I'll do it right now. I bet you I can buy anything that he wants to break on eBay, and I bet I can get most of it probably cheap enough, because we did this when we went after the railroads. We bought everything to break in, the little stations by the railroads that are like, every couple of miles when you're in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. You can buy those switches online. We bought them online. We paid a couple of $100 for one, but almost $1,000 for another. We bought the damn things, and we took our own stuff to pieces. You want traffic lights? Go down to a freaking roller auction.
No, I know, but what he was saying was walking around with his.
No. What I was saying was literally taking to the street, not actually compromising, I know. Not crossing the legal line, but showing, hey, I could open that with a flathead screwdriver, and this is how that would work, right? So
what you do, you cut video.
Demonstration.
You cut video. So you have the street video. Then you take out your screwdriver and it touches that bolt. Now you cut to yours. And here's one I prepared earlier. Yes. This is.
Okay.
See where I'm going?
I do. I like that angle.
Street light video, doors, the whole lot. Every single thing you could do it with video. I mean, it's absolutely.
Somebody
doable.
Start me a GoFundMe for shit to hack.
I seriously, I think that would be fantastic. There's definitely videos out there. There's quite a number out there. There's actually a lot of blogs about that kind of stuff, but I don't think, to your point, that they are, when you call it, like entertainment friendly.
I'm telling you,
whatever you want to call it.
30 second, 60 second. It's got to be that short attention span, millennial friendly.
Yeah.
There's got to be some music that goes along with it, some kind of friggin' sticker and graphic. People eat it up, man. They do.
I know.
I
look at my task list, and there's like, I couldn't fit that on there if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea. I think somebody should do it. I can't.
I got to make it a passion project. That's what it is. I just got to do it. I just need somebody to run the GoFundMe to get me the gear.
But I can tell you one thing that I am doing. I can tell you one thing I am doing is, all right. So I'm creating a report on what I found with all the states. Right. There's a lot of, I think, really interesting things. Well, there are definitely a lot of interesting things. So I'm going to write a report. Basically, this is what the states look like to the attackers in just the .gov domain, in just their 2-letter state.gov domain, right? I'm not going after everything because God, there's so much shit.
Well, and you'd
Takes
have to figure
forever
out
and a
the
freaking
third
day,
parties.
yeah.
I mean, I'm at 150 some odd thousand assets right now. And so I'm going to write a report on that. And then I'm going to contact each state CISO with that and say, give me 30 minutes and I'll give you your own copy for free. I don't want to make money off this. You got to clean your shit up.
Right.
And then I'm going to say, how long do you think it's going to take for you to remediate, say, some portion of this? 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Give me a number because I'm going to run another test. And the next test, the first report, I'm not calling out any states. I'm not calling out anybody in particular.
Yeah.
The second report, I'm going to call out the top 10 ugliest states and the top 10 prettiest ones. It's all public data.
Ooh.
None of it is scan data. It's all out there, man. I'm pulling from repositories.
Yeah, the stuff that's out there. No, I get it. I mean, there's enough other people doing that and publishing it that you don't have to be the one getting
Where is
yelled
it?
at, to be perfectly honest.
Where's the report? Where's anybody doing anything?
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody is. I'm trying. Well, you know, actually, I take it back. I bet they are. You know what? It's a pay for thing, or it's being done behind the scenes. We did it. I mean, we did.
Scorecard.
Yeah, we did it. I mean, we did some of that kind of stuff a couple of years ago for the elections. We did some work on a couple of different states, but then they restricted us. They turned and said, "Well, you can't scan this, and you can't do this, and you can't." The standard, the standard. We're going to. No, I know. Well, I mean, we ended up not being able to, and then we got hold of a bunch of the scan data that others had done, and good God, the amount of freaking hassle that caused. We ended up having to go back and demonstrate because they wouldn't believe us.
No, I'm going to give them the data.
Right.
You can validate it yourself. Because I want you to fix it.
Don't get me wrong, I love the idea. Now, here's my thing. You need to be able to publish that to a wide enough audience for them to care.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because if it's just you, they'll be like, no, I don't care. But if you can lean on a wide enough audience so that they have to care, and so that it will become public.
So what you're saying, Chris, is I have to call my friends in the media and publish out Evan's report via my media contacts?
Well, either that shit. We've got full access to like Newswire and PR Newswire and a bunch of others. You know, we can put a freaking PR Newswire out. I think it costs us a couple of $100. Put one of those out, and now it's everywhere. I mean, like everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the plan.
I don't know if I like the calling them out by name part, but
why?
Get it? I don't want the I don't know. I just feel like because they're still humans and now they're gonna feel up against the wall and in a corner.
Oh yeah, totally.
I gave them an opportunity.
I mean, I hear you.
You did. You did, but
I mean,
well, here's the fucking thing, man. It's not your fucking data.
Agreed.
Take the state of Minnesota. I'm not calling them out because I work with them and they're doing great. They really are. I mean, making progress, right? That's the goal, right? Is to continue to make progress. It's not perfection. That's dumb. It's not possible. So here in the state of Minnesota, all the information that they collect is about this. It's about me, right? The taxpayer. It's my data. And so at what point do we hold them accountable for it? Or do we just continue to say, well, I don't really want to call you out because you suck at your job or because you're not investing wisely or because you're not doing what you should be doing. And this is only one area. I'm talking about the external footprint in one domain. I'm not talking about all the GUI center bullshit that you don't know what you're doing either.
Right. Well, what if the report was disclosed publicly with names redacted, but the non-name redacted report was sent to the U.S. Attorney General And
Oh God!
that
You
was
want me to
made
think the
public.
federal government's fuck? I can't trust them with shit.
No, but it makes for good news fodder.
Just send it to
No,
Fox
because
News
here's
and
the thing.
CNN
Here's
or
the
something.
thing. Here's the thing. A redacted report isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, okay. Let's go back to the man, Snowden. If Snowden released a redacted report
Right.
on, well, somebody's doing something bad in some kind of a place and they're taking somebody else's data, we'd have gone, fuck you. As it was, he was like, hey, here are the agencies, here's what they're taking, here's their address, here's what they've done, and here are the tools they use. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, and this is none of the stuff that I'm seriously, none of the stuff I'm compiling. You can go get it yourself. You know, the
Yeah, but
attackers have
people
already
don't.
got it.
Yeah, but nobody knows that.
Well, they should fucking know that.
Here's what you're doing. You are, I don't know if it's an English phrase or a US, it's definitely an English phrase. You are airing people's dirty laundry.
It's already aired.
No, it's not.
No.
Hell no, it isn't.
It's
You're just not-
outside.
no,
It's
no,
outside, but
No,
it's
no, no,
not.
no, no. It's aired. You're just not looking at it.
No. It's not Ed. You go to your next door neighbor.
The fuck, it's out there.
Maybe you're not next door neighbor. Hmm?
It's out there. I can hit it right now.
It's outside, but it's not on Main
But
Street.
nobody's looking. But nobody's looking.
That's what I said.
I know, but
They're very-
you're pointing it out. They're not looking because I'm distracting them with other things.
So shouldn't we undistract them and focus on the things you should be focusing on?
No. That takes away people's productivity and people's happiness. You
No.
are peeing in the pool that is known as the American dream. Stop doing that. You are peering behind the green curtain. You're not allowed to do that. And even if you are, you sure as hell aren't allowed to tell anybody about it.
The king's not wearing any clothes.
Yes, the emperor is naked.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, when you see
I'm-
the data, it's like you have to do something with it. You can't sit on it.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, no, you are right. But, okay, so a couple of questions on this one. Let's go to your next door neighbor and say, hey, your data's on the internet. And they'll be like, yeah. No, actually, look, the state's left your data on the internet. It's here, here, and here. They're going to be like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I want you to get up in arms and call the senator. How many people actually do that shit?
I'll do it for them. I mean, that's the thing. We
Well,
have to lead them. That's what we should be doing as information security evangelists, experts, activists, whatever you want to call us. That's what we should be doing. We should be leading. I mean,
we
these
shouldn't be
states,
selling them solutions.
only the ones that fit, only ones you need. You know what I mean?
Peeing in my casco. You're not only you peeing in my emperor's clothes, you're peeing in my cash pool as well.
Well, here's the deal, man. That's my mission.
I'm devil's advocating this a little bit just because. No, it's because I want to be honest.
But I mean, it is my mission. This is a hill I'm willing to die on, and I wish more people would, and I think more people are. I think we just need to take the mantle and go with it. You know, I'm not calling anything out that anybody else can't see. You're just, like you said, you're just not looking at it. The attackers are.
Well, yeah.
If we truly want to protect our states, if we want to protect our communities, if we want to protect the United States, we're going to have to look at it.
But that's uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. It's more uncomfortable when China's all up in your ass.
This is true. Nobody likes Chinese in the ass, but
I mean, if you want to get mad at me and and throw me to the wolves, that's fine. You know, just change the shit, fix it.
Right.
I mean, and I know you got that same heart, man, because that's why you did what you did with all the shit. I mean, that's why you did what you did with the airlines, right? It wasn't to make a name for yourself. It was like, change your shit, fix it.
That was if this isn't addressed
here are the 10 ways I can bring an airplane down. And that's just me dicking around this part-time with the resources I have. Back to that, getting stuff off the internet. That's not a state or anybody else or a well-funded attack set of people. That's just me doing shit that I want to do, and a couple of us getting in on it. That's yeah, and that gets all scary at that point.
But I'm just doing that same thing, but legally.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, well, we tried to go the legal route, and quite honestly, we got told to fuck off. And so,
I might get told to fuck off too. But I mean, it's hard to sleep at night knowing that it's just this easy. You know what I mean? And not do something about it. Not call them out.
100% with you. Now, here's the thing, though. I'll tell you right now. You saw some of the shit I went through.
Yeah.
It was not pretty. You are in at least potentially a slightly better situation from a company standpoint. You don't have to worry quite as much as I did when the investors basically said, what they said, and the board said what they said. So I'm going to worry about that side of it. You don't have an ex that suddenly decides that she's getting uppity. So at least you have those things in place. The one thing that's going to get interesting is whether people side with you, either both inside the community and just general public as well, or whether you get verified for basically pointing out the emperor has no clothes.
Right. And I'm okay with that. No, I mean, honestly.
Here's two things. One, I was okay with doing what I was doing, and we would have been if investors and board had actually had some fucking balls. I think we'd be in a better and a different situation, and I've been very public about that a number of times.
Did I ever tell you the story when I tried to go after when I was going to go after FICO?
No,
that's a whole other thing.
Here's the one thing you got to be careful about, and this is the one thing that probably killed me more than anything else. Is I had to very soon afterwards, pretty much so, because the investors said, well, we're not going to do what we said we were going to do and what we promised we were going to do, and the board's like, we got to get rid of people. So because of my actions and because of the inaction of others, we had to let people go, and it's totally sucked. And then at the end of the day, Owl imploded. So you had 30 plus people all of a sudden over a very short period of time. All of a sudden we're like, what the hell just happened? And obviously, I got staked at the center of it and set on fire. So just, I don't regret the bringing awareness. I just wish I'd had better backing, should we say.
Right. Well, and I think the things that, because I have floated the idea in concept to numerous people and people that I don't know, and I've approached it that I think this is my civic duty, right? If you're a citizen and you know about danger to the citizenry, you need to do, and you go about it legally, right? If I was scanning these guys and, infiltrating and, totally different. But what I'm doing is just pulling really recon data from 21 different sources and compiling it, putting it together to paint a picture of what you look like.
Here's my worry. And this is, again, what I ran into, that they will spend more effort refuting, denying, and building stories against you and against why they don't have to deal with it than they will fixing the shit. That's the biggest thing I ran into. Boeing spent more time refuting and doing shit. Now, behind the scenes, they did some stuff, and behind the scenes, I did some stuff with them. But out in public, they spent more time refuting it than they did actually going, yep, we got problems, kick ass, thanks for fixing it. This is why I love, I actually have some love for GM. Because when we pointed out back in 2009, 2010, when we pointed out the stupid things we could do with their cars and other people's cars, for a period of time, not long, for a period of time, they were like, we hate you. Then they sent an amazing individual who I still know, and actually Laverne as well, who is absolutely fucking amazing. They sent them along. We sat down literally at a DEF CON, and we had an amazing conversation. And then they spent years working with a number of us to fix all these problems. Huge amount of credit. I mean, there were a number of times back in HHS days, there were a number of times we had cars in our warehouse that we were working on that weren't even publicly released, weren't even on the fucking tracks or anything. They took it that seriously, and huge amount of credit to those folks, like serious amount of credit to those folks. So if they take that approach, I think it's fucking brilliant. And honestly, I think you'll get a mixed bag. I think you'll get some states that are like, shit, A, thank you. B, thank you for giving me something condensed and effective that I can use. I want 30 days to come up with a plan. I want 90 days to get some of this shit sorted out, and let's talk again. Let's keep talking, but let's talk again. And you'll get some states who'll be like, hi, here's my lawyer. And you'll get some states which will spend as much time as the good ones just refuting it as much as they can. And you just have to pick those battles.
Yeah. Well, another approach is to go, not DOJ, but, potentially go to CISA, because I know they're pushing and a lot of, and give them the methodology. This should be something truly, I mean, if we want to protect the states, this is something we should be doing all the time.
It's going to get wrapped up in red tape and won't ever see the light of day because they don't want to piss off the states. They get money from them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sorry. You're getting blunt honesty here. And
no, I like that, man. I need
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys who, I'm not going to get in a pissing contest. I mean,
right.
I need the data. I need to know the strategy to get this done, because the fact of the matter is it needs to get done. The status quo isn't cool.
Here's what I think should be. So here's my thought on it. We're talking about it now, so it's out in the open. Mm-hmm. You officially say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. You lay out the methodology, you lay out what you're going to do, and you say, hey, I'm going to do this. And here's why. You give the mandate, mission before money, and awareness and a basic understanding, and trying to get the very individuals and the humans and everybody to understand, welcome to the digital age. We have to be better custodians of not just our physical, but our digital world that we occupy. And this is my way of doing it. And this is how I want to see America in the digital world and my territory be as well defended as my physical world. Something along those lines, whatever you want to put up on that one.
No, I like that. And I have talked to 2 states about this already as well, about this approach I plan to take. And these 2 states anyway, seem to embrace it. We'll see.
I think you're going to mix bag. I honestly think, and I think some of them will probably embrace it because, one, if you approach it, and this is what we used to do when we used to find shit on the internet, we'd actually call up the company and go, hey, here's your stuff. If you want some help, we're more than happy to help. But here's your stuff. Do me a favor. Please do something with it. Please, here's some remediation. Here's some steps. Here's some thoughts. And if we can help, let us know. Otherwise, here it is.
Yeah. That's basically the same approach.
Right. And again, we got 3 answers, which was, holy shit, thank you. We'll get back to you. And sometimes they did. Holy shit, you bastards. Where did you break into? And fuck you, here's our lawyers. And you just got to deal with all 3 of those. The ones that embrace and go, holy shit, thank you, we'll talk. You're like, hey, here I am. Let me know. We're going to retest. And here's why. Right. You bastards, you have a standard brief. Here's our methodology. Here's our way we did it. Here's what we didn't do. Here's everything we gave. P.S. We actually told you we were going to do this 3 months ago, and you didn't listen. But hey, that's life. And the lawyers is like, and here's our methodology, and here's our brief, and here's what we did, and here's what we didn't touch. And we gave you the heads up, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But just know that the chances of you working with them pretty much so 0, potentially. Yeah,
potentially. There's such herd mentality. Mm-hmm. And there's such high.
That can go one of 2 ways. That herd mentality can go one of 2 ways.
Oh yeah. Right.
You got to be careful when you mushroom stamp somebody in the forehead. Just saying.
Well, if you just, I mean, if you deserve it, you deserve it, right?
I get it, but nonetheless,
If
I mean,
position it-
you can't let it sit the way it sits. You're
I
so
agree.
fucking exposed.
I think there are creative ways to push on these levers that don't go as nuclear.
No,
Or
I
have
didn't
the
go nuclear.
potential.
I didn't go nuclear out of the gate. I stayed the nuclear till nearly the end. We have a
Can we
cleanup.
negotiate? Can we negotiate a 60-day window for response or remediation?
Well, yeah. Well,
Okay.
well, actually, I opened it up to them. You tell me
Mm.
your remediation, and I'm not looking for like perfection. I'm looking for progress. So, like, if I scored you a 380, and you tell me you're going to start making some progress, and 60 days, and really the whole point of this is to establish a relationship. You need the help, obviously, right? So, if you 60 days, 90 days, whatever, then we're going to do the test again. And if there's progress, let's continue the path. I mean, I don't want to go nuclear, but if we're not going to do something, if we're going to remain ignorant and just, your dirty laundry is floating in the breeze, whether you are looking at it or not, it's entirely up to you. But we have to do better.
So again, 3 steps. First one, to get to play, I'll play middle ground for a second. First one, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do it. And this is the logic for it. And we're going to start, you release something the 4th of July. Hey, you know what? This is your bang the gun, blow up the garden day. Actually, probably we could probably figure out, that'd be worthwhile doing it on a holiday that Americans are like, hey, it's us. Well, yeah. Great, congratulations. Here's your digital us. This is what we're going to do. This is why we're doing it. This is the logic for doing it. And this is what we're going to do over the next 6 months. And you lay it out in black and white. You lay out the whys, the reasons, the wherefores, the no money, the mission money.
Yeah.
If you do that, you get ahead of anybody getting pissy. First and foremost, you get awareness. So to Ryan's point, you haven't stamped them in the forehead. You've actually delivered a letter very nicely in a very civilized manner going, here's what we are going to do, and here's why, because we believe in the sanctity of blah, 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 blah. My brain's not, I haven't had enough food. You believe in that. Great. And whatever they decide, some will be like, holy shit, and some will be like, holy shit. But at least you've not even fired a warning shot at them. You've put a blank across the bows, for God's sakes. And then you do it. And then you're like, hey, told you we were going to do it. We gave you plenty of notice. We even saw that you read the darn thing. We even put it out on Newswire, PR Wire. We talked to all, I mean, honestly, sorry, I'm talking a lot. You look at the 50 states and you look at the top newspaper in those 50 states. You look at the top media and you contact them and say, we're going to do this because we believe in the sanctity of the digital United States and we want to help protect it. We don't want to, none of this, again, mission before money. If you do that, you're going to get people on your side. You're going to get people who are like, this is my digital armaments. I have rights here and I want them, because there are more and more people now who are understanding that their digital life is affecting their physical. So more people are understanding and you're basically helping them. So if you get ahead of it before you do anything, I think it gives Ryan, it gives more credence to that. I want to kick him. I all fucking need a kick in the nuts, but I'm gonna hand you an invite to a kick in the nuts party. You're coming to it whether you like it or not, and you got options. You got the opportunity between now and then to get yourself a football cup, or you're on the floor and curled up. And the choice is actually yours. I'm actually giving you the choice, which is more than an adversary is going to do. I
love it.
Here. Yeah, you do something like that. I think there's a way of doing it.
I like that, man. I like that train of thought. And I'm glad I brought it up because it was one of the things I was going to bring up with you, either here or, on the side. Because before these are also things you only get one shot.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
if you blow it all, it's going to be hard to, bring that back in. So, and I want to do it right. At the end of the day, what matters to me, I don't give a shit. I mean, I don't really care how, but whatever's going to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like it. I like that approach. I'm starting the report this weekend, so I'll shoot you a draft and see what you think.
Yeah, totally. I'd love to. And then whoever's, I mean, this kind of stuff, I think we can all, and by all, I mean everybody who's also listening here as well. I think this is stuff that we can all kick out on social media. We can all put something out. And as long as we're all singing from the same song sheet or hymn sheet or whatever, I think as long as the message is consistent, I think it can be done. And then I think, you literally put out a newswire release or something, to Ryan's point, you use the media the right way. Now, where they take it, how they take it is up to them. But
if you take the approach that you will catch more flies with honey than you will with shit, you will also limit the media's ability to take it to many other places. So you gotta the thing with the media is it's either got to be the puppy hug story or the sensational fucking chaos story, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And they get equal reactions from people, right?
Yeah.
So my thought, at least my personal thought, as we've talked through this over the last few days as you've been doing this stuff, is puppy story, right? Start there. There's got to be a spin to it of here once again InfoSec, who we tend to paint with a broad brush of digital bad guy. We just did it. We did it with the whole bikini thing, right? Got picked up by Vice News.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
right. So if we go kind of that route where it's like, hey, there is something bad, because that's the whole bikini thing started because of something bad.
Right.
But here's how we did good with it. I think so. I think there's narrative. What we should do is we should call our friend at Mockingbird, Evan, and have her help us shape a narrative.
Yeah. Well, and truly, I'm going to go back and listen to this recording, because what Chris outlined, whether it was on purpose or not, but there were things that you outlined in what you were saying, Chris, that I think were exactly in line with where my heart is on this. And it's a good message. It's a collaborative message with the states to truly empower them. I mean, that's the second motive here. The first motive is to fix this shit. The second motive is let's put CISOs in a position where they can actually win the game they're playing. Because right now they're not. They're all set up to lose. Not all.
I got to be honest, in my current mindset, I'm actually surprised I came out with that. And I wasn't just, here's a fucking gallon of petrol, I'll help you mount the fuse. I have to be honest. In the current mindset, there is a big part of me that's in the, you actually don't get the luxury of a mushroom in the forehead. I'm actually going to stake you out on the front of the Capitol lawn and pour petrol all over you. But to Ryan's point, unfortunately, that paints us as in not quite the right light, should we say.
Scorched earth does not make for fertile ground.
Not fun. I want scorched earth.
Yeah, but it doesn't make for fertile ground.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
It's not that I don't. Trust me. I would love nothing more than to fucking go. I could single-handedly change the world's opinion on this topic overnight. I would, however, spend the rest of my life in jail. So I'm not interested in that. But
right.
Well, we did a talk a while back, all of us, about what keeps us good.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've got so much data right now. I'm like, well, thank God I'm good. I mean, honestly.
Right.
It's trivial, man. I mean, it doesn't take any damn skill. Out of these 150,000 assets, I don't know what I've got now in terms of truly number of exploitable critical vulnerabilities is in the thousands.
And it's just, I mean, and you know as well as I do, that's just the tip of the damn iceberg.
It's only the 2-letter .gov domain. Like take
Yeah.
Florida, for instance, they've got like 100 .gov domains. Take Iowa, for instance, they've got every county has their own .gov domain.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's just looking at the parent domain. He's just looking at the primary.
I don't have time to dig into all those others.
It's nuts. That's just nuts. But yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's I like the approach, and hopefully we'll raise some awareness. We'll get some change made. And then that is where I plan on taking it next, is the counties. We need to.
Can you script this? Is this scripted?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all scriptable for sure. The thing is though, man, it's the same theory, right? We talked about fundamentals. I can't possibly protect the things I don't know I have, right? You look at this from an offensive or a defensive perspective, right? If I'm in an offensive perspective, which I'm not, because it's not legal, allegedly, for me to attack China or Russia. But if I go to battle in an offensive, what's one of the first things I do? I take inventory of what I'm going to battle with. What kind of armament do I have? What kind of capabilities do I have? How many planes? How many tanks? Whatever, right? From a defensive perspective, it's the same damn thing, right? Where are my weaknesses? I need to shore up my defense. And right now, we don't even know what the fuck we're defending. I mean, it's a shitty spot to be in. And it was funny. I read a couple of articles this week that the United States allegedly is the most cyber advanced country in the world. And I was like, what in the hell?
No.
Yeah, I saw the same propaganda piece.
No. No. That's got to be a July the 4th hoax. I'm sorry.
No, propaganda piece, man, because it's on the backside of repealing sanctions on Russia after cyber attacks not conducted by Russians happened. And then we meet over there and we say, here's the 16 things we don't want you to touch, but fucking it's a free for all on the rest of them. I mean, you guys have been paying attention, right?
Yeah, no.
That happened.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
The president gave them a list. These 16 things, don't touch them.
Yeah, everything else is fair game. Love, hugs, and kisses. I know.
Yeah, and I read it when I read it this morning. I was like, no shit. This can't be true, man. Because what I'm seeing, it's like, wow, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say Israel's got far superior cyber capabilities. Just going to go out on a limb.
If we really are the most advanced, like, oh my
God,
Russia,
problems.
Russia is screwed.
Yeah, we might as well just give up and start drinking now. Sorry, but
yeah, do you see the link?
Just about to go hit it. Oh yeah, there we go. Washington Post. Wow, I know, just 182-page report by a British think tank.
Funded by an American think tank, funded by a political PAC, funded by.
I do want to know, I got to be honest, I just want to know where Israel actually did come in this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
180.
US. Yeah, here's another one from South China. South China what? South China Post? I ain't never read this before. That's cool.
What kind of fishy website are you at?
All of them. I'm on your computer right now.
Oh, great. Yay. I'm using your internet, right? It's fine.
All right. So hang on. This is all right. 4 members of the Five Eyes, US, UK, Canada, and Australia. So freaking all right. So the one biggest Five Eye didn't even be part of this one. No wonder they're not actually mentioned. Deemed key Israel allies, 3-tier cyber power, cyber as tier 1, world leaders. Oh, good. Iran? Bless their little cotton socks. Okay. All right. This is a tier 1, world leading strengths in all the category. Yeah. Yeah. not leaders, world. Yeah, all right. Bunch of numbers.
Propaganda piece.
I'm telling you, man. But see, that's kind of some of the false narrative that we have to dispel. You know what I mean?
If
Because
you want to point out, yeah,
if people are reading that, Johnny come lately, my neighbor, well, awesome. Government's protecting me. Bullshit. The government can't protect you. Yeah, it's, I don't know,
yeah.
man.
I want to look at the methodology paper that they put out with this one.
It was a survey.
Serious.
Fucking survey monkey. That's how we're doing it these days.
Yeah.
Do you believe the United States is superior in all things? Yes, no.
All right.
I actually read the methodology this morning. I can't remember what it was, but see if I can find it again.
Here we go. So I've got it here. We assess each country in 7 categories: strategy and doctrine. I mean, we have strategy. We have strategy coming out of every. We have 50 different strategies. Which flavor? We have Baskin. We are the Baskin and Robbins of strategy. Ooh, there we go. All right. Governance, command, and control. Well, we've got it. Doesn't mean we're actually doing anything with it, but we've got it. We got it. We got governance. I mean, we're using it.
It's funny, man. Real
Go.
quick, you talk about strategy. So in all the recon stuff I've been doing with the states, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 70% have a strategy that's posted. The newest one I could find was 2017.
So we got strategy. They didn't ask if it was up to date.
Right.
There we go. See, we got that. See, you got a little sneaky on these questions, aren't we?
Yeah.
Core cyber intelligence capability. Well, I mean, we have core cyber intelligence capabilities. We have more freaking cyber intelligence startups and companies and stuff, and we've got a couple of very nice buildings scattered across the United States of Americas that have those. Doesn't mean that we're paying attention to them, but we've got them. Cyber empowerment and dependence. Well, we are sure as hell motherfucking dependent on this shit. So yeah, we have that in strides. Cybersecurity and resilience. Well, again, half of California is cybersecurity. Let's face it. Doesn't mean again that it's done well or done right. Global leadership in cyberspace affairs. We have a cyberspace division.
We also have a space division.
We do. We got space and cyberspace. So fuck you all. We got leadership. Yeah. Screw you. We got Star Wars again.
Pissing contest. USA. USA.
Yep.
Offensive.
We need a third division though for cyberspace in space. There's another element, there. You gotta deal with it differently.
Oh God.
How do you authenticate the spaceman? I can't see through your gold mask. I don't know if it's you. I can't let you back in the hatch.
Yep. Offensive cyber capabilities. Well, we definitely have those. We are extremely offensive.
Hey, that last thing, and hey, I didn't take a shower today, man. Chill.
Oh my gosh.
That last link I put in the chat is the actual report.
Yeah, I downloaded bits of it. I'm actually looking at their methodology. I love the God, I want to do a write-up on this methodology.
Yeah. Feel free, man.
This might have to be my July the 4th. My 4th of July. Number one, not for the right reasons, but we're number one. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. 180. Who paid for this fucking thing?
I believe John said it best. Gartner?
Probably Pfizer.
Fuck you all. Everybody's got 5G embedded now. We are cyber dependent. Oh man.
I don't know who is IISS. I don't even know who that is.
International somebody of somebody.
International Institute for Strategic Studies.
I want to know where they get their money from. Please hold.
Yeah, right.
God, if it's Cisco, I'm gonna just cut
No,
it.
it says here Hillary Clinton.
Wow. Ooh, bad man.
I kid.
Bad man,
It's a
bad man.
registered charity. Company 612-5259.
But registered charity 206504.
Which
I'm
you
gonna
know,
read their-
that
I'm gonna
sounds
read their
very
cookie policy.
clandestiny. Your company and a number. Let's see what comes up here. What do we get?
Being that I've got nothing better
Oh,
to do right now,
MPNF strategic. No, that's a phone number.
being I've got nothing better to do right now, I'm gonna read their cookie policy. No, wait, no, I'm not. That's stupid. Yeah,
I wonder if DNB has it.
If it's England, it'll be registrar's house, and that's a lot of that's still fairly public info.
yeah, it's definitely well worth the read. I think.
Oh yes!
What'd you find?
Sakes.
What'd you find?
Fucking assholes.
GHCQ.
Oh no, better than that. Better than that. £100,000 and over. So whatever that is in American money, was it like $10 or something? Airbus, BAE Systems, Boeing Company, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Taylors and Francis, 25 to 100,000. Booz Allen Hamilton, C5, Cargill.
So I was right. It is
Chevron.
GHCQ that's running it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ministry
Really?
of Defense Japan, Mitsubishi, Northrop Grumman, Qatar, Shell. What the fuck?
Where'd you find this? Pop a link in the chat.
All right, pop in a link in the chat.
This report is 100% shit.
Oh, okay, yep, got it.
Major host nation support research and activities, Airbus, BAE.
Cargill threw some money at it. There you go.
Embassy of Israel to the United Kingdom.
Oh boy.
Georgia State, yeah, High Commission, MacArthur, Ministry of Defense.
KPMG.
NATO, NASA, Norway. Yeah. US Friends of IISS. I want to be a friend.
Oh, that's a fun one. The US Friends.
CEO is Rutter's associate. We're totally fucked.
All right. So the report is shit.
It's definitely it's
Shit.
I'm gonna say I would call a little bit. I mean, you know, you can wave your flag over it. I mean, don't, you know, wave a flag over the damn thing. Let's have a look at Rick Grove, Rutter Associates.
Rooters or Rudders?
I don't bloody know.
Are you Britishing this right now and pronouncing it wrong? Because Rooters is something else.
Rutter, R-U-T-T-E-R, Rutter Associates. Specialist insurance services, credit risk and management. Oh,
the National Defense University of Malaysia.
The fact that 3 or 4 of the top donors are top, you know, the largest Department of Defense contractors in the United States.
Yeah.
That's got to tell you something.
No bias at all. Absolutely none. Nothing to see here. Just read the fucking report, and the Emperor's still wearing a bikini.
I'm telling you, man, we gotta take this to the streets. It's bullshit. Good. I mean, it's not 100% bullshit, but it's biased.
No,
for sure.
There's definitely. I would call a little bit of this into.
All right, so looks like the International Institute for Strategic Studies activity on how they spend the money. Here's from the Register of Charities, which is where you will find it in the UK. Because it's not a business, it's a charity.
You're right.
So, wow. So what is the charitable activity they're doing to the tune of 14.73 million pounds?
I think a pound is like $2, isn't it?
It's about 1.3, 1.6. Hang on, 14 million
Okay.
pound.
Yeah, the charitable activities according to their pie charts here.
Is about almost $20 million.
So they only spend 200,000 pounds roughly on raising funds.
Well, no, that's rather interesting. So they have so they have lots of people who are happily giving them monies without actually having to wring it out of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good for them. I'm pleased for them. That makes me very, very happy.
Oh, hell no. This charity raises funds from the public, but does not work with professional fundraisers or commercial participators. What the fuck do you call Raytheon?
Well, you know, they're an American company. That's the colonies. They don't count.
Oh, I see. Okay, so because it's not a UK-based organization, it's not a commercial. Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Yes. Seriously.
Cute.
Good grief. Don't you know the rules here? When you find that loophole, I'll find another rule for you.
Yeah, well, you know, fucking.
Well, let's not forget that. What was it, like 2-3 weeks ago? The Secretary of Energy or whatever says, yeah, the Russians can shut down our grid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
but we're so fucking advanced.
Apparently, we're ridiculously advanced. I mean, you guys are kicking ass. I mean, this is a 4th of July report for 4th. This is your digital 4th of July report. I'm just waiting, unfortunately, for the 4th of July Pearl Harbor in the digital world.
Let me just tell you something, guys. 806. That's the number of days you need to hold this shit together. Nobody's
So
going to be
two years and change.
Nobody's going to be targeting Mexico, for crying out loud.
You know what? I would, yeah.
Have a little fun with that.
What'd you find? You just put something in the. Ooh, hello. Oh, that's so cute. Please hold.
Oh, log in. All right, let's see who can get in first.
All right, hang on.
I'm just gonna try admin. Why not?
Oh God, please no! I will call. Right.
Okay, it didn't work. Well, it's got to be admin password then. I mean, come on. Fuck, that didn't work either. Am I gonna have to turn something on this? I'm on my iPad. I don't even have my shit. I can't do anything. All right. Trump got me in.
Nuh-uh.
Just kidding.
That
Nuh-uh, shut up.
Freaking hilarious.
That would be funny as hell.
Oh my gosh, tell me about
Well,
it.
you know, you can always register to be a new user.
Yeah, well, that's just too easy, isn't it? I forgot
But where I got that was by putting in the search term IISS and then SharePoint.
Thanks. I'm actually just
Like
looking at the code behind it now. Oh,
I know.
yeah, they got
Can you even do that on? Oh yeah, here we go. iPads are so much more restricted in the shit I can do.
this. Somebody's pissed about the report. I'm sitting looking at somebody from the ISS study, and charts are skewed. In case you couldn't tell, cyber power is a vague term to begin with, but if we're talking offensive or defensive, US is outgunned in every sense against China. In terms of sophisticated offensive capabilities, hello Russia. So I gotta love this stuff when it turns up. Let me have a look and see who else is pissed off about it. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Chinese stuff on them. Ooh, and Sparthy, bless them.
Well, there we go. We can get in for 27,000, Evan. We can get in, and we'll get a delegate at the Asia Security Summit, the Shangri-La Dialogue. We get to go to select geoeconomic seminars.
27,000 what?
We just gotta give them 27,500 pounds to be part of the club. And then we get invitations to exclusive breakfasts and briefings.
I love breakfast. Is there bacon?
There's bacon. We
All
get
right, I'm in.
priority invitation to exclusive events such as VIP lunches or dinner meetings addressed by leading figures from the public and private sectors. We get tailored briefings and consultancy.
Really?
Yeah, I might have to
It's
sign
like-
up for this.
This only costs 40 grand?
That was 30 grand. The premier
the-
one we can get for as cheap as 15,
What?
but that doesn't get us to go to Shangri-La. That only gets us invitations to select summits.
Do I get bacon?
But we do still get breakfast
All right, I'm in.
and lunch.
These guys have, you are not talking about willy waving. These guys have got some seriously heavily guilted willies. This is,
Well, honestly, though, if you were trying to get in the room with those folks, I mean, just being a businessman here, if you're trying to get in the room with them folks, this is the gilded willy that'll get you in FaceTime with people you ain't getting to any other way.
no, you're right. Hard to disagree on this one. Oh, hello.
It's wrong, but it's the way the world
Dude,
works.
can you imagine me at one of their meetings?
Yeah, I can. That's kind of why I want to buy us a membership.
I will totally go. I
It'd
was
be well worth it. But I got to get the two delegate package so I can hold the freaking cell phone camera.
my favorite talk of the last 10 years was the one to the Blue Ribbon Commission here on IT, because it was Dell who went first, and then it was Accenture who went next, and then it was me. And the chair of that commission said, "We really appreciated your candor." And I was like, I don't know if that's good or not, but you need more fucking candor. They took my calls after that, so I think we're okay.
I'm just, my Cyrillic is, oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
What'd you
Hello.
find?
Securitylabs.ru did a report on the report.
Ah,
Hang on a second. I can't, there we go, translate. I couldn't, my fucking Russian is not bad, but it isn't good enough.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we totally went down this rabbit hole.
well, that's what we do.
Speaking
I got
of
what I
rabbit-
needed.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say I got what I needed out of the meeting. One was venting on, the just the pissing contest, that we're always engaged in, it seems. And then the state thing, I wanted some guidance on that. And then, yeah, this rabbit hole is fun as hell.
I went down I've unfortunately my brain's not been my brain has unfortunately kind of been in a rabbit hole mode because I haven't wanted to do certain things. So, oh, your Shangri-La dialogue has been cancelled, I'm afraid, for June 4th and 5th. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, no, that was last month. A spokesman for the Institute, regret and sadness, it got it got to your Shangri-La newsroom, Singapore newsroom. Oh my COVID. So you're not gonna, yeah. I'm actually just running through some of their passwords that I have. I've got undogged, which is interesting. I don't have all the user accounts with it, unfortunately. So Westpac, G-Wagon, Perceptualis, yeah, I got a bunch of their passwords.
For the site?
Yeah, but I don't have all the user accounts. That's the problem. I got a bunch of their, I've got Christie's password. I'm trying to figure out, there it is, ISSS. Oh yeah, no, I don't have that one. I'm working on it. All right, we squirreled, sorry.
No, I just signed up for a membership.
Did you?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say.
I could though. Should I?
No.
Okay.
later.
Okay. You gotta remember, man, my wife's not around, so
I know, which is why I'm telling you no.
yeah, you tell me to do it, I'm doing it.
I know, don't do it. Please don't do it.
All right, I won't do it.
Thank you.
Why not?
Because I don't want to have to explain it to Kevin in the morning, and then he's going to yell at me. What the hell are you letting him buy that shit for? And then he's going to take it out of my events budget, and then I'm going to be busy.
Did I ever tell you the story? So I was at Black Hat, right? This was 2000, shit, I don't remember, 15, 16. I don't know. I've been to a lot of them, but this one was Hillary Clinton. Her campaign was there, and they held a campaign rally, a cybersecurity campaign rally. So I wanted to go and hear what they were talking about, right? You know, because I want to be aligned. I don't want to be, I want to contribute to the fix, not the problem. And security is not a fucking political thing.
Right.
That's one of the sad things about what I've seen a lot in our industry, and maybe it's something we talk about in the future, is how so many of our friends in this industry have become so politicized, left or right. And it's sad, because what we do is it's not about politics, right? But anyway, in order to get into this event, you had to make like a minimum $50 campaign contribution. So I was like, all right, no big deal. So I put it on my corporate card. I shit you not, no more than 30 minutes after I did that, an email goes to the entire team. Who the fuck just donated $50 to Hillary Clinton?
Oh, wow.
Because Kevin's pretty conservative.
Right.
And it wasn't who the fuck. I mean, he said it politically correct.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I replied to him, I did. He's like, what? I'm like, he was freaked out because, anyway, it was funny because it's always fun to get under Kevin's skin. So 50,000 pounds, you think that's going to get under his skin? Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. All
right.
Oh,
shit.
We have Mitchell, I have you. Thank you very much.
You found Mitchell?
Mitchell at iss.org. Password is 9185, I'm afraid.
That's a shitty password, Mitchell.
Mitchell, you are not in a good state, little buddy.
So tired of Mitchell and his shitty passwords.
I know. Tell me about it. Oops.
I just took out a boat loan on Mitchell's credit. So party at my house this weekend, boys.
Yeah, right.
All right. Oh, it won't let me in. Well, that's rather annoying.
Mitchell changed his password.
I
That
think
link what link did you give me here? That ain't
No, I wouldn't click on that one if I was you. I'd realize afterwards. You can actually buy the user accounts and passwords as well, although I just banned most of them, so you're good.
Oops. Well, I clicked on that.
No, you're okay. It shouldn't
Chris,
go too far.
That password sounded a lot like it was a default.
Who knows? I don't know. We
Was
could
it
probably try a whole
registration?
bunch of them. Yeah, I got a few.
Password.
I got a few. Let's just put it that way. All right, I'm not going to go through these. I could go through these, but I'm not going to. Hang on, how many do I have? 13 so far. User IDs and passwords.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all good fun. Ooh, fishing one as well. That'd be fun. That's probably still good. Bingo, gotcha. Burns, why? Seriously? Somebody just got their ass handed to them because, well, they just did. Here, there's their farmer. Don't click on the links just before you go anywhere because they'll take you somewhere you don't want to go. Looks like somebody just got their ass handed to them. So we have the cipher. We have it. So it's past the hash game at this point, or you can just decrypt it. I don't care. Do whatever you want. All right, there we go. There's another couple. All right, playtime.
I clicked the link. I can't resist.
I know. I'm like hovering. I want so badly. I don't like when the man in the van comes to the house.
No, I
keep
know.
clicking links. I can't stop.
Especially because these ones are fancy. They got signs and symbols and shit in them.
Oh yeah, they're all good. I love these ones. All right, we should. I almost feel like I want to post this on here for shits and giggles. We got Burns at IISS, and we have a few others. Lindy, I don't know where the hell that's going. They've played the redirect game and they're just dumping all the output on here. So let's just say we're going to, actually, I want to see how many places that, hang on, poor old Mitch, hang on, let me get back to my backend database. Let's see if, actually, first and foremost, let's see if poor old Burns has had their ass handed to them badly. How bad?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, no, I don't want to do that one. Hang on, please hold. Yeah, poor Burns is.
Yeah, Burns doesn't know what he's doing. Poor Burns. He clicks on links too.
Burns. Ooh, ow, Burns. Burns has been burned. Ow, yeah. Ow, Burns. Ow, ow. Ooh, ow. Let's go. Zynga, verification, trick spam bot, promo bot, Paddy Power bot, online spam bot, live auctioneer bot, LinkedIn account, Exactis, Dropbox, data enrichment, Covey, collection number one. Everybody.
Do you think Burns is a real guy though?
I don't know at this moment, but Paul Burns has had their ass well and truly nibbled on.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see if
like
Burns
a
is real.
trap.
Is Burns a real player? It might be a trap. If it is, I feel bad for Burns and the trap, to be perfectly honest. Burns, my little fruit bat, where are you? Oh, it's Jesse Delaney, Defense in Middle East. Nicholas Burns.
Nick
Burns at ISS.
Nick Burns or Dick Burns?
Dick Burns? My Dick Burns. What? Did I say that out loud? Did you guys hear that?
Bloomsbury House. Oh, that's why.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Do what? No, what I do?
Nick Dick Burns.
It's his full legal name.
Yeah. You don't. Ouch.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Paul Burns, buddy. Jessica Delaney is probably somebody who probably should change their password as well. Sorry.
I changed it for her. We're good.
Sorry. This is hacking in progress. No, it's not. I mean, we're not actually doing anything that we shouldn't be doing.
I'm not touching anything. You can't. You can't blame me for anything. I'm proxying through so many fucking servers all over the fucking world. You'll never subpoena this shit.
Who else was I looking for? What was the other person I was messing with? Oh my gosh, Mitchell. I lost the stupid thing. Hang on, let me go back to my. There we go. Mitchell. Let me just check Mitchell for a second.
Can you be charged with inciting?
No.
The CFA?
No.
Don't give them ideas, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have those conversations on private channels.
I didn't do it. I'm just putting it out there. It wasn't me.
Have you ever seen the lawyers that you deal with on these things?
Oh,
I did.
God.
It was funny, man. The funniest one was when I was working on the Target breach.
Yeah.
I had to teach them how networks work. And oh my God, it was the most painful experience ever. Because what was central to that case was network isolation versus network segmentation.
Oh.
And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, okay, well, and I explain it to them. They're like, I don't get it. I'm like, okay. And then you explain, a little lower level, still don't get it. Okay, fuck. Here's a computer. Here's another computer, a line across them. This is the network. Oh, okay. Oh my God. And those are the same people who prosecute these crimes. They have expert witnesses, but I've been a network expert witness in a number of those cases. Even that's kind of funny. I was an expert witness on 2 Chinese intellectual property theft cases.
Oh, interesting.
Well, what was central to their defense was if you don't protect something like it's a trade secret, it's not a trade secret. So
Right.
Did they protect it like it was a trade secret?
Semantics.
Both are, yeah, well, but very central to the case because that's what the law is. And in both cases, they pled out, so it didn't go to trial.
I've done from the forensics background side of the world, I've done a few, got dragged into a few courts on some of that stuff. And sorry, I'm just squirreling. I just found, ooh.
Well, that shit always comes out of left field, right? You'll be just kind of doing your work and, hum-de-do, things are fine. And then you get a call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's how the Target one was. It was like, what? Yeah, okay. And then I remember the Chief Justice for the Supreme Court, Kathleen Blatz was her name, the Minnesota Supreme Court. She was on the Special Litigation Committee, and she said, because I had written something on a blog somewhere about the breach, and she said, "Are you a lawyer?" And I said, "Well, of course not. No." She says, "You should stop giving legal advice." And I was like, "What do you mean? Where did I give legal advice?" And she said, "On that blog post you wrote about, negligence and whatever." I go, "Well, was I right?" She goes, "Well, yeah." Well, then fuck. Come on, cut me some slack.
Right.
They ended up hiring me anyway, so I guess it was okay. I think they just wanted somebody cheap.
Right.
It's funny when you negotiate. Pro tip: when you negotiate when you negotiate fees for these things, I always go with what the lawyers are charging.
Yeah.
And the last couple they've been charging $4.50 an hour.
Hang on. I'm a little confused about something, which is about normal for me. I'm on the WikiLeaks site. I'm on a 195.35.109.44. Here, I'll chuck it up in the text. And I just shot it up in there.
Yep.
There's I'm not sure if that's a core WikiLeaks or if it's somebody, leaks HTML.
That's sketchy as shit. What'd you just send me?
Don't ask. But it's on an NGIX server 1.6.2. This actually had a whole bunch of the IISS's people stuff on it. So I'm intrigued to see how many people inside IISS are also part of the WikiLeaks. That'd be total fun. Anyway, squirrels. Sorry.
Interesting though.
Well, I found an entire. Somebody's had some fun with this one with a text list, a long ass text list. I actually don't recognize which breach this is from, and it's sitting up on that NGIX server behind WikiLeaks, which makes me, I'm like, what in hell's name? Where is this one, and what's it doing here?
The good insight for, I think, anybody who's watching is this is how it works. Right? You chase down, you pull the string, right? What did I unravel? Where do I go? So that's the same rabbit hole that you're going down is classic, man. We do this shit all the time.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, where am I now? Fuck, I don't know. How did I get here?
Well, so this is kind of fun. So I'm sitting on the website, which purports itself to be WikiLeaks.
Yeah, it's not though.
Why?
It's not. I'm looking at it right now. I'm running.
Nope.
So look at this.
But NS lookup, man, says so.
I know.
Says so.
It's not though, man.
And look at the NGIX. It's a September 2014 NGIX release on it. It's sitting on a whole bunch of. There's a bunch of Russian stuff.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is a dump.
That's the thing, and there's a couple of eyes peoples in there, and there's a whole bunch of other shit in there too. And I'm not sure where it came from, but I'm interested because it goes back to vk.com, which
it's funny. I clicked the about, and it showed me a whole bunch of. It looked like a certificate, but it went so fast that I didn't catch it.
This is it's only an email dump. I don't see any. There's no passwords or anything in this one.
Mm-mm.
but it's a decent sized dump.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Texas.
donated.
Hey, Texas.
I love
You-
Texas. Good barbecue. Fuck, I love their barbecue.
TXDPS. Oh, TXDPS.state.tx.us.
Just FYI, I made a donation.
Whose credit card did you? Oh shit! It's the fucking sex offenders database.
Oh shit. I undid my donation.
Why is it routing through them?
Yeah, Texas Sex Offenders Registration Program. All right, I don't know. I'm just going to tiptoe away from this at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what we stumbled onto here, but
Yeah. This is getting fucked up now.
I got a feeling I'm getting a visit later. So,
But
Chris, did you run a trace route on this mess?
No, I haven't. I didn't. Do I
So
want
it's going through 1299, and I can't figure out why.
to?
because BGP, man. But I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
also
but-
done, but I have to admit I am bookmarking.
It's a little early in the hop for that, though.
No, I don't want to go to Texas. Sorry, let me get out of Texas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Texas. They
I
take
don't
their
know
shit.
why that's there. I'm just not even going to go there.
What's Rachel posting a whole bunch of shit?
Oh, she's sending me pictures. Rachel's sending me pictures. Oh, this.
Yeah,
is,
I got them too.
Oh, that's cool.
Millball bus plus. Oh, this is a rabbit hole for sure. This is fun as hell. I'm not sleeping.
Hang on,
Boys.
Ryan. Where did you
Yeah.
say it went through?
It was routing through 1299.
All right, I just ran a bunch of traces. I ran a trace out of Frankfurt, Amsterdam, London, New York, Singapore, and Tokyo. I don't have. It might just be you.
Yeah, would not surprise me, by the way.
Yeah, 12.99 that's you. Everything else I've got. Let's have a look. 62, 138, 170, 195, 178, 255. So the last two.
I got a 178, 255, 145, 195.
Yeah. So go prior to that one, 31, 169, 31, 169, 31, 160. Any advances on 31, 169?
Yeah, I got 31, 169, but before
right.
that I hit
Previous
62,
to that, we get to a
115.
62. Yeah. So most of them. Actually, that's interesting. Frankfurt goes 62 to 178. Amsterdam goes the other fucking way around. It's typical fucking Amsterdam. They're smoking shit.
They're high.
US goes 62 to 31, then 178, then 195.
I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm routing through Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah. It's
What you
Telia.
doing in
That's
Sweden?
1299 is Telia.
I'm going to 178. Where's 178? I have no clue who's nicking around that neck of the woods. Why are we doing this?
I don't know. Squirrel. So
This is fun as
anyways,
hell.
yes, because
Just
we're, you
keep
know what?
doing
Because
it.
we're getting ready to have a pissing match. That's why.
Just fucking keep doing it.
Oh man, no, because I love this stuff, but the problem is the last couple of nights between this and fucking light bulbs, I've been doing that instead of building reports, doing a whole bunch of things I should be doing because I'm trying to avoid doing things I don't want to do.
Oh yeah, let's go be responsible now.
I know. I know. I don't want to be. They just got their ass handed. Somebody somewhere is just. Let's put it that way. We can hand it to everybody here and let them have fun with it. That was
So
like.
we're still talking about 195, 35, 109, 44.
Yeah, 195 space or no dot 35 dot 109 dot 44. All right, that way I can avoid the.
I don't know. It's all up in. I mean, it actually looks WikiLeaks, guys.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's interesting. If you look at the main page and you play hover a little bit, some of it goes straight to WikiLeaks actual. And
Yeah, I think
some of it goes to the 195. Huh?
I think it's an orphan. but it's still their site. You know what I mean?
Let me have a look and see who's. I'm actually just going to do a central ops on it. I'm intrigued.
But
to
then
see.
why, so you think it's an orphan node that just didn't get updated and it just sits out here now?
Yep.
Or what?
It says it's WikiLeaks.
Yep.
I mean, if you do a who is on it, it's actually telling you it is WikiLeaks. Absolutely.
It is. It's got records
Yeah.
in NS1
Yeah.
WikiLeaks.org. So
Totally. Yeah. And it's right in the middle of their /24 as well. Wonder if anybody's the problem I have with it is it's old. I mean, seriously, this poor little beasties, it's an NGIX from like 7 or 8 years ago.
yeah, I think they just orphaned it and forgot that it was there. You know
Does
what I
somebody
mean?
want to go talk to somebody at WikiLeaks and say they've got a computer that needs a little bit of love before it gets more? Apparently, it's getting love.
Is Juliana Assange still alive?
I have no clue.
I don't either.
Just
Some like
what the
Paraguay's.
did this go through? This went through Joker. Where the hell is this? Oz. Oh yeah, we're going through Oslo. Oh, they're all over the fucking. Okay, that would explain why. Okay. All right. Somebody want to talk to somebody at WikiLeaks and explain to them they got a computer that's basically being used to host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I want to know what else is on this thing. I'm actually intrigued now. I really want to. There's a bunch of other shit on it.
There is.
Well, and it's not even HTTPS. I mean, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. Can you SSH into it? I didn't even try that yet.
There's enough exploits on this thing to sink a small but well-placed battleship. Let's put it this way.
All right. So you don't even need to go that way.
No, unfortunately, if you Google it was NGIX 1.6.2, I think, wasn't it, if I remember rightly. What are we looking for? Brain's gone to sleep. Not attacks, exploits. There we go. Security vulnerabilities for this version of NGIX. Interesting.
Nginx. It's not WordPress.
John, Telnet. I'm being careful. I'm not telling anybody to do anything on this one. I'm merely pointing out that this probably needs a little bit of love.
Love.
Who's got any contacts at WikiLeaks these days?
Not me.
I used to. Oh, excuse me. Top most critical flaws on NGIX. Debbie package. All right. Anyway.
Rabbit hole. Woo!
Do what?
Rabbit hole.
All right. So we're at 12:13. Let's pissing contest. What do you do? What do you do when you're in a pissing contest? What's a strategy that you can, impart wisdom on others? And I don't know. I kind of want to call it out,
That's
call me
I was going that exact same direction, which is you got to call it out. I mean, I do. If somebody hits me up with the actually on LinkedIn, I'll call it out, and I'll try to be nice about it. It depends what they've said and how they've approached it. I'm like, hey, you realize, words have power, have a lot of meaning, and when you start off a sentence with actually, or when you back to your well, have you considered or anything like that, those are very confrontational, but they are definitely words of affront that should then be followed very carefully.
Well, I think stand up for your fellow, like this week, I really learned, I'm not going to let one of my guys be, or gals or anybody be, that if I'm there, I'm not going to let them be intimidated. I'm not going to let them be pushed around. It doesn't really matter who it is, right? I mean, you have to show people some level of respect. I think, and recognize it for what it is, right? If somebody's getting into a pissing contest, really I think it's a it's an indication of how small they must really feel about themselves. Because I think if you're good at your job, if you're good at what you do, if you're confident, I don't have to piss. I have to piss, but I don't have to get into a pissing contest. I got nothing to, I mean, fuck. Leave me alone. Let me do my shit. Let me go get in trouble with the states and get arrested, I guess.
Let's not do that.
Oh, sorry. Can I scroll for a second?
Yeah.
Apparently, everybody inside ISIS, I just sent you guys a link. Apparently, everybody inside there has been accused of being a Luciferian Satanist, hunting kids in. Splendid.
Oh, good.
Yes. Oh, I like
Pizzagate.
this.
Awesome.
I like this.
Fuck yeah. Pizzagate.
The Larry Ellison Foundation. We definitely, hang on. Evelyn Rothschild, hubby of blah, 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 others, the economist, blah, 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 director, where the hell? I don't know where I came up with this shit from. Sorry. Anyway, this is all part of ISIS. Oh, ISIS director, John Chipman, hubby of Teresa Manners, who is Gil Sane's book and sister of Harvey Procter. Oh, God. Harvey Proctor's pal, the Duke of Rutland? Jesus. There's some incestuous shit going on here. Man, this is good stuff. Anyway, all right, we just stepped right into the middle. So apparently ISIS is run by Pizzagates and ISIS's trustee director, John Chipmunk, hubby of Teresa, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's some interesting shit on this. I love conspiracy shit like this. All right, we digress. Sorry. Yeah, I have an on with you. Pull it out. I think it's the only way to deal with it. And my only caveat, and I've got Ryan's freaking and Jen's bloody more with honey than with vinegar shenanigans. I think I think it depends on how the approach is. If somebody's tried the dick wave move in front of you, I think it depends on how it's been waved. If you've been slapped across the face with the dick, you can take shears to it. No two ways about it. But if somebody's just stood there and flopped it on the table, you can turn and say, well, that's cute, but let's actually have a conversation without literally putting the dicks on the table. I've said that before. In a meeting, I'm like, you know what, this isn't a dick waving move. We don't have to get them out and flop them on the floor. Why don't we actually have a conversation where we can all be productive and we can all approach this as equals?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I mean, just confront it with honesty, right?
Yeah.
So I think if I find myself in a pissing match, got a couple options, right? I can engage, I can disengage, I can, approach or whatever, or I can just step to the side and not get pissed on. Right.
True.
And try to take a moment to understand why, what's causing this? Where is this coming from? Is it, little dick syndrome? Is it, they're threatened by my presence or my truths? Like what's the cause? Because if I can do that, generally I can figure out what the issue is and then find a way to connect with them. Some people are just straight up, jerks and there's no winning. But most people, if they're demonstrating that behavior, at least in my experience, there's an underlying cause for it. And if I can find a way to position myself as an ally instead of an enemy, then I can do something with it, right? I definitely don't engage though. There's no point in engaging. I've had a couple of people try to start that shit with me this week and I won't engage it.
Right. Well, I think if anybody listening, I mean, take encouragement. I mean, how many years of experience do we have here right now?
Too many.
Between us?
Yeah.
Between three of us?
Closing in, honestly.
70 plus years?
Oh, I was going to say closer to 100.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, I'll take 40 because, 36 at least since I got arrested. So 37. You two guys have got to be near as damn there as well.
Yeah,
This shit for years.
I mean, the first time I got paid was 92, but it was a lot of messing around,
So
with my,
even if you go
my
back
parents'
prior
shit.
to that, even if you go back prior to that, I mean, you're still looking. That's 30 without even batting an eyelid, Ryan.
Yeah.
First time I did something with the computers that I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, somewhere. I've been
Right.
poking around for some years, right?
So
I had my
that's
first
that's
felony at
100
14.
between us.
Yeah, keep my head from getting lopped off, which is why I don't, I'm not braggadocious about shit, but yeah, I've been
Well, I think,
known to do a thing or two over the years.
There we
well, I
go.
think the point is, all of our experience, we still encounter the same things that, somebody with 2-3 years of experience has,
Yeah.
And I think the advice is, if you don't feel confident, I mean, it comes down to a lot, because we came to the rescue of, I can't remember who it was, on LinkedIn, who was getting some shit, right?
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, let us know if you talk to us. We're certainly here to help. I mean, but like Ryan said, I don't think, if you don't feel comfortable engaging, don't engage. But the worst thing to let it do is to let it tear you down, let it destroy your confidence or your faith in this industry. Because there's a lot of good people like us three out there that would love to lift you up and not get in a pissing contest with you.
Let me add one thing on, Evan, to your point, calling it out. If it doesn't get called out, and depending on how it gets called out, the chances, I mean, between the three of us, we got some pretty fucking thick skin, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
If we don't call it out, that person then moves on and does it to somebody else and potentially harms them, harms themselves, causes them to not come into this industry or stay in this industry or exit an industry or something worse. So I definitely think it's one of those, if you see it, you call it out. However that is done, because, we've got enough fucking scars and bruises and scars on top of scars that if I call somebody out for dick waving and they get all uppity, get over it, for fuck's sakes,
Well, and I wonder,
I'll take it.
closing thought on this though.
Yeah.
How much does this play into those job interviews? How much pissing match is actually going down in a cybersecurity job interview?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got stories, man.
But when we think about the things that are harming to our industry, harming to those that are trying to get into the industry, I mean, that's a hell of a way to start. You walk in, hey, I've got, very minimal experience. I'm really excited to be in the business. And, oh, you don't fucking know nothing.
Right.
So I and I can't say too much, but I can. At a recent location, I actually ran across that. I got the gold, literally the golden wonder boy, who was this and this and this and this, and literally you should bow down and kowtow to them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking you're probably addressing that to the wrong person. Let me help you understand why. So I totally I can absolutely see that. That's a really, really good point. I hadn't even thought about it on that one. It's almost that barrier, not just a barrier to entry in the industry, but a barrier to actually getting a job in the bloody industry. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Well, and I think be careful, if you have the ability, because we've talked about this before too, if you have the ability to reflect upon yourself, right, to replay in your own interactions, keep it in check, right? I mean, it's real easy to come off as intimidating. I know I've had, like I just had a meeting a couple of weeks ago with, a whole bunch of interns at FR Secure, and you walk in the room and they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, chill the hell out.
Yeah.
That's not how this works. You know what I mean? You guys actually, if you break down like the practical, tactical skills, you guys got me beat. I do different shit now. You know what I mean? I'm not, we've all got our role to play, you know, and
Mhm.
there's room for all of us to play this game. If you want to get in a pissing contest with me about some, you know, minute, whatever the fuck, yeah, you may know more about that thing than I do. I don't give a shit. We're at this table, and I think it's really important that when you come to a meeting, what's the purpose? You know, let's bring it back to what we're here for, right? If we're here to solve a problem, identify a problem and solve it, then let's get back to that. You know, I don't mean to, you know, I don't mean to offend you. And I like the fact that you got all this fucking experience and you're so beautiful and awesome. But let's get back to the problem at hand. I think getting back on task is always kind of a good tactic to use if you can do it.
Yeah,
But
I,
everybody's got something to contribute, man.
I totally. And the other part for me is I got called out in a very positive way by somebody fairly recently on one of the social media platforms, and I kind of be honest, I reacted. I'm like, no, take that down, please. I don't want to see that. That's not who I am. You know, if you see me as that, then thank you. I'm humbled, but that's not who I am. I actually don't want that propagated out about me. I'm just me. Freaking, you know, I go to the toilet the same way everybody else does. I have my same ups and downs that everybody else fucking does. I'm no different.
I said
That's
all
right.
the time, just a guy that shows up and does stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I love about you, Chris. Truly, man. Because you know, from day one, I mean, we've all got something to hang our hat on, right? We've all done something
Mm-hmm.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Something exciting. Some of us, I mean, some people know about some of that shit. Some people don't know about some of that shit. But
Right.
you know, when I look at some of the cool things that you've done, you know, over your career, if anybody has a reason to, you know, puff their chest out a little bit, it would be you. But you don't. You know, you're a good man who keeps it humble, keeps it level. You've always been, to me, you know, and I'm not getting all, you know, mushy here, but you've been encouraging to me, you know, as your friend. You take that to some of the other people, you know, in our industry. Man, I'm not going to mention names, Kevin McNick, but you know, they're just their name. And what? Did I say something?
Oh,
Did I say something?
bless his little cotton socks. Him and his handler. I think honestly, his handler needs to be paid more than. I mean, he needs a swift taser between the legs, but his handler needs a full body version.
Well, I can name off right now
Yeah.
10 hackers that have done more than that dude has ever done.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think that's the phrase that I think that's why, you know, this to me is I don't feel like I look at you and I look at the success in the company. I mean, great, having built companies and done things with companies and imploded, unfortunately, a couple of them as well. Just the ridiculous work it takes to do. Ryan, same thing with everything that you're doing. I mean, we each bring something different. No one person is any better than anybody else as far as I'm concerned. I really don't care who it is.
No, everybody's got a role to play, man. Everybody's got a skill, a talent, a thing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you ask around, you'll find out it's really just the hair. It's nothing else. It's nothing. I'm not bringing nothing else to the table. I bring some hair, smile.
Yeah.
It's going up on top. There we go. Screw you all.
Yeah. And especially my heart goes out for those people who are intimidated by people in our industry. I'm not intimidated by anybody in this industry, and I think neither are the two of you, because we've just been around long enough. I mean, some of that comes with experience, right? You've been around the block. You know, I know when you're full of shit. And
well, they're just people too, man. And honestly, the louder. So this is something I learned outside of InfoSec. It's never the loud guy in the room you need to worry about. You walk in a room, OPSEC 101. I walk in a room, the loud guy, not my problem. That dude over there in the corner ain't said a fucking word all night, but has his eyes on everybody. That's the guy I need to keep my eye on. That's the dangerous one.
But it's not necessarily dangerous, man, because I do that all the fucking time. You know.
And if somebody crosses you, it's going to be quite dangerous for them.
but I like to observe. I like to learn. You know what I mean? I come into those meetings a lot of times just to learn. You know, and I think so many of us are so bold that we feel like, you know, I got something to contribute. You know, you want to speak so bad, but sometimes it's just good just to shut up and listen. You know, people got, I mean, shit, there's so much wisdom. Like I said, you know, the thing that you said tonight, you know, Chris, in the advice about the states, I'm going to go back and listen to that, man. That was straight up wisdom. And you know, I need to, you know, all
And
of us.
that's only come from, unfortunately, getting the bruises and the bashes and the dents and scrapes from that. I mean, that's, you know, and I think that's one of those things. Again, you go back to people in life, you just, different experiences, different roles of life. Jesse, probably the best example I have. I mean, watching him on a computer keyboard is fucking hilarious. But watching him disassemble, reassemble, mechanical engineering, farm, anything like that, oh damn, you know,
Right.
I just, and yet not, you guys have met him 9 times out of 10 people just walk by and not give him the time of day. Yet if you sit down and just look up and listen for a minute, you're like, huh, I need to listen to you more, and I need to take on what you say. And you've got 45 years worth of experience that I kind of, be honest, I just want to sit and sponge.
Well, right. And that goes back to, it's not, I mean, if you realize what information security really is, right? It's not about information. It's not about security.
Yep.
All right, boys. It's 12:30.
It
Love
is.
you. I love you. I
Yeah.
got shit to do in the morning.
I'm getting 12 tons of gravel delivered to the farm and all sorts of other things. So yeah. You guys take care. Love you guys. Thank you so very, very much for this one. This was actually needed.
Sounds good. Good night, Evan. You still with us? You want to unmute?
Yeah, he's on mute. We might have lost him for a sec.
Might have dropped. Either way, love you guys.
Love you too. You guys take care.
That's always
Thanks for
awesome.
everybody listening.
I'll check in with you tomorrow, Chris.